Okay, so what I'm going to talk about a little bit in this video here is about how to scale your workout if you follow a program like CrossFit. First off, a lot of people seem to think that I'm anti-CrossFit because I do Olympic weightlifting primarily. Uh, I'm not, um, but I'm not like hardcore like, oh yeah, CrossFit. You know, it's if that's your thing, do it. If it's not your thing, go do something else. Um, I like Olympic weightlifting, so that's all I do. I I don't like running. I don't like doing pull-ups. I don't like doing push-ups. Um, I don't like doing anything but just lifting really heavy weights. So that's why I don't do CrossFit. If you're into it, do it. So in any case, the thing is that I think one of the problems that people run into a lot in CrossFit is that they aren't scaling the workout appropriately to actually get the proper stimulus from it. And I think this is a large failure of many CrossFit affiliates, boxes, coaches, trainers, etc., to scale for the individual athlete appropriately. And I'll give you just a quick rundown, very fast example of just something I can pull off the top of my head here. Is there's a workout called Grace that is a 135-pound clean and jerk. Now you could power clean this, and of course you could just push press it if you wanted. It's basically just floor to overhead for 30 reps as fast as you possibly can. Now what I want to express to people is that's a really good workout, stay with me, for a stimulus of having to have a large power production in a short window of time. But here's the thing, okay? If you suddenly change that weight and you make it heavier, now it's a completely different workout than it is if you made it lighter. And so the stimulus is different. And I'll put it in terms like this. If you take a guy who's really well conditioned, he can probably grab that bar and do 30 reps non-stop. He doesn't have to take a single pause, just from floor to overhead, drop it, floor to overhead, drop it, just over and over and over again. Knocks out 30 reps, no pauses, no rest, no, stopping to regain his strength. Okay? And for him, that workout is metabolically challenging in the aspect that he's breathing hard and his heart's racing and he's really going as hard as he possibly can. The intensity is high, but strength is not a limiting factor. You take that same workout for someone that has a max clean and jerk of 135 pounds, and they're never going to get to that point where they're breathless or where they're exhausted or they're pushing into that lactate threshold. What's going to happen to them is they're going to lift it, drop it, and then take 20, 30 seconds even to try to get the strength back up again. They'll hit that rep, and if they miss it, then maybe they'll rest a minute. I mean, I've seen people do workouts like even like Diane, where it took them like 15, 20 minutes to get it done. First off, congratulations on not quitting. That's good, and that's a big step. But the thing is you're not getting the stimulus from it that we would want you to be getting. So again, I'll just grab another one off the top of my head is Diane, which is deadlifts and handstand push-ups. And my thing is on that one is the deadlifts are 225 pounds, and that's not a terribly heavy deadlift. I mean, that's a pretty light deadlift. But if you stop and think about it from this perspective, if I have a 450-pound max and I'm deadlifting 225 for 21 reps, that's going to be relatively easy. Okay, but if someone only has a max of 285 and now they're trying to rep out on 225, it's going to be much harder. They're going to go way slower. And what I think people are missing here is that the intensity is more important. It would be better to do the workout with less weight. If you really want the benefit of high intensity training, if you want that stimulus, it'd be better to do the workout with less weight. Choose a weight that you can do all the reps unbroken, and choose a variation of the movement that you can do unbroken. So for example, with Diane, if you can't do 225-pound deadlifts unbroken for the whole workout, you need to go to a lighter weight. that might just be 185. It might not even be a huge drop, or it could be a massive drop. Maybe you have to go down to 45-pound bar in order to do all of the reps without having to take any pauses. And maybe you can't do handstand push-ups. Maybe there's not something that you've attained yet, so you can't do the handstand push-up unbroken. Do one of the variations of handstand push-ups that kind of builds up to it. Maybe you could use a wall, maybe you could use a box, maybe you could do assisted ones, maybe you could even have someone help you, because I don't know why, but I don't see much of that in a lot of CrossFit videos. I don't see people spotting each other or kind of like assisting each other in reps. I don't see a reason not to. And then the other thing I was going to throw out there is it's okay, so maybe handstand push-ups are way out of the realm. Regular push-ups. Oh, you can't do regular push-ups? Do them on your knees. Do any type of variation. Whatever the lowest common denominator is that you can complete all those reps non-stop, that's the one you want to do it with. So instead of forcing yourself to gut through a 225-pound deadlift and doing handstand push-ups, which might take you 10 minutes to get it done, and you've missed the entire purpose, the whole point of the workout, which is completely missed by the fact that you made it take way too long so that you never reach that state where your body, you'll know it when you're there. You feel like you're going to burst into flames. Your body's screaming at you to slow down, but because you still have the strength to keep lifting this thing, you're able to keep pushing that, and you're going to feel like you're going to burst into flames. It's like that last 100 meters of running a 400. You just, everything hurts, everything burns, your body's screaming at you, stop, 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 because you're breathing hard, you can't get enough oxygen, your lungs feel like they're on fire, it feels like you have hot coals, like buried into your muscles. I mean, it just, and that is where you're getting that metabolic benefit from. So when you choose a weight that's too heavy or you choose a movement that's too hard, you're losing that. So scale your workout appropriately, scale to the lowest common denominator where you can do all of the reps unbroken. That's where you want to do all your workouts. So I hope that helps someone.